Have you ever heard a story so strange, so chilling, that it stays with you long after you've heard it? Today, we're rediving into one of the most enduring and bizarre mysteries of the 20th century, the Dyatlov Pass Incident. In the winter of 1959, 10 experienced hikers, mostly students from the Ural Polytechnical Institute, set out on a challenging expedition into the northern Ural Mountains of what was then the Soviet Union. One hiker turned back early due to illness, a decision that would unknowingly save his life. The remaining 9, led by Igor Dyatlov, continued their journey, planning to reach a mountain named Torton. They never made it. When the group failed to send a signal by their expected return date, a search party was dispatched. What they found on a desolate slope known as Kholat Syakhl, or Dead Mountain, was a scene of pure chaos that has baffled investigators and researchers for over 6 decades. The search team discovered the hiker's tent, which had been sliced open from the inside. It seemed the group had fled in a hurry, leaving behind their warm clothes, shoes, and supplies in the middle of a freezing night, with temperatures dropping to -30 degrees Celsius. Why would experienced hikers abandon their only shelter in such a panic? Following footprints in the snow, the searchers made their first grim discovery. Nearly a mile away, under a large pine tree at the edge of the forest, they found the bodies of 2 hikers. They were barefoot and dressed only in their underwear. It appeared they had tried to build a fire, but it wasn't enough to save them from the brutal cold. 3 more bodies, including that of group leader Igor Dyatlov, were found between the pine tree and the campsite. Their positions suggested they were desperately trying to crawl back to the tent. The official cause of death for these first 5 was hypothermia, but the mystery was far from over. It took another 2 months for the remaining 4 hikers to be found, buried under more than 10 feet of snow in a ravine deeper in the woods. And this is where the story takes an even darker turn. These 4 had suffered severe, catastrophic injuries. One had a crushed skull, and 2 others had major chest fractures. An expert at the time compared the force of their injuries to that of a car crash. Bizarrely, they had no external wounds. One of the women was also missing her tongue. The strangeness didn't stop there. Some of their clothing was found to be radioactive, and other hiking groups in the area reported seeing strange orange spheres, or fireballs, in the sky on the night the group likely perished. The official investigation in 1959 concluded that the hikers died from a compelling natural force. This vague conclusion only fueled more speculation. What could have been this compelling force? Over the years, theories have ranged from the plausible to the outright paranormal. Was it an avalanche? This is the most widely accepted scientific theory today. A specific type of slow-moving slab avalanche could have damaged the tent, causing the initial panic, and later led to the severe injuries of the 4 found in the ravine. But some argue the slope wasn't steep enough for a typical avalanche, and the hikers' tracks weren't consistent with one. What about military involvement? Some believe the hikers stumbled upon a secret weapons test. This could explain the strange lights in the sky, the radiation on their clothes, and perhaps the government's quick and inconclusive investigation. The idea of a Soviet missile test gone wrong is a popular one, and then there are the more fringe theories. Was it an infrasound event, where low-frequency sound waves caused by wind patterns induced a state of irrational panic? Or could it have been an encounter with something not of this world? The orange spheres in the sky have certainly fueled UFO theories. Some even point to local folklore about the Yeti or Menk as a possible culprit. In 2019, Russian authorities reopened the case. Their conclusion largely supported the avalanche theory, but many questions remain unanswered. Why did they cut their way out of the tent instead of using the entrance? Why were some barely clothed? And what about the missing tongue and the radiation? The Dyatlov Pass Incident is a perfect storm of mystery. A remote, desolate location, a group of young, capable people, and a set of circumstances so strange they defy easy explanation. It's a puzzle where every piece of evidence seems to create more questions than answers. It reminds us that even in our modern world, there are still places where the unexplained reigns, and some stories may never have a final chapter. What do you think happened on that frozen mountainside? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoy diving into mysteries like this, be sure to subscribe for more.